Because this virtual contest is being recorded, Toastmasters International requires that we read this statement. By attending this remote district speech contest, you agree to the privacy policy of Toastmasters International, as well as the unassociated remote hosting service. Some of your personal information, such as name, image, or any shared messages, may be shared with other meeting participants and will be recorded by Toastmasters International, who may use the recording in the future as it sees fit. Your remote attendance hereby discharges Toastmasters International from all claims, demands, rights, promises, damages, and liabilities arising out of or in connection with the use of distribution of said video recordings, including but not limited to any claims for invasion of privacy, appropriation of likeness, or defamation. Oh, I'm excited. We are here at the end of our table topics journey. And you know what? This is a fun contest. And as we celebrate our summit with our conference, we're celebrating your summit of making it to the district level. Our contestants have beat at club, area, and division and are now here. This is something to be celebrated and cherished. We are in for a real treat. And I do have a deep appreciation for the amount of hard work that has brought you to even Toastmasters skip over their words sometimes. Now, the hard work that you've put in, the rehearsals, the practice, the refinements that you've made are hopefully going to pay off with you delivering the table topics of your life. And to the Toastmasters and guests who are at this event, whether you be virtual or sitting in our amazing conference ballroom watching, please observe their style, watch their technique, check out their passion. You know, I'm going to be doing that, and I am going to be celebrating along with them. And before we begin our contest, I do have a few reminders for our audience. At this time, your audio has been muted to avoid disruptions or the interruptions during the contest. And please note that that chat feature has been disabled for the duration of the contest to avoid influencing the judges or distracting the contestant. If you are on camera, please remain on your seat to reduce sudden movements in the speaker's view. Remember, you are on camera and we sometimes make little flops. So even if you're not speaking, try and avoid any remarkable or embarrassing movements or even facial expressions that may cause a distraction. There will be a minute of silence between each speaker. And during that minute of silence, all audio lines will remain muted. The table topics contestants will be in a breakout room until they are called to speak, and they are monitored by a sergeant at arms. Chief Judge, are we ready for a contest?
Madam Chair, we are ready for a contest.
Yes, thank you, Chief Judge. Contestants, timer, and ballot counters have all been briefed prior to the beginning of this contest. Everyone is aware of the Toastmasters International rules that govern this contest. So let the contest begin. Zoom Master, please display the speaking order for our contestants, which they will compete in table topics. Our Toastmasters District 3 district level table topic speech contest will be first, Alec Robbins, second, Gregory Pleasant, third, Benita Altamirano Riscraft, fourth, Tony Valles, fifth, Nancy Starr Cassidy, sixth, Barbara Schubacher, seventh, Stephen Gomez. The speakers have also added the contest and the order in which they will speak to their name. As I said, there will be 1 minute of silence between each contest. Timekeepers, when I advise you to do so, please signal me with a green background when 1 minute is up. After all contestants have spoken, the judges will be given all the time they need to complete their ballots. Zoom Master, please let our next contestant into the Zoom room. Contestant, could you please give me a thumbs up that you can see our timing cycle? Timekeepers, can you cycle your timing signal now, please? Contestant number 1, acknowledge you are unmuted with a good evening contest chair.
Good evening, contest chair.
Fantastic. Thank you. Alec Robbins, if you could buy or build your dream house, what would your one unique room or feature that you would have? If you could buy or build your dream house, what is one unique room or feature that you would have? Alec Robbins.
Massive pillars, a roof unlike any other, a massive driveway full of cars is what most people would say. Madam Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, if I could build my dream home, it wouldn't have these massive pillars, a big, nice roof with a big, beautiful driveway full of cars. Instead, it would be smaller, livable. You know why? Because I don't like to clean. That's the first reason. Secondly is I want to spend my money on something else. I love adventure. I love going out, jumping out of planes, driving fast boats across the water, doing 180s in them. Whatever it is, I want that thrill. So what my dream house would be is the lovely little beach house right near the best part of water that I could ever get to. I'd have all the jet skis and the boats and all of that I could have. Because let me tell you, a thrill seeker I am, and everyone would be welcome. One of the things I love the most about thrill is that you never know what to expect until you're in the moment. That's one of the best things, the best feelings. It makes you feel alive. It reminds you that you're alive. Life happens for you, not to you. So if you have the moment to go out and live your life and maybe reimagine what your dream home looks like, I highly encourage each and every one of you to do so. Madam Contest Chair.
May we have 1 minute of silence while the judges mark their ballots. Zoom Master, please let our next contestant into the room. Contestant, ensure you can see the timing cycle. Timekeepers, please cycle your timing signal now. Contestant number 2, can you give me a thumbs up that you can see that?
I can see it.
And you've just acknowledged you are unmuted.
Yes, I did.
Gregory Pleasant,
Yes.
you could buy or build your dream house. What is one unique room or feature you would have? If you could buy or build your dream house, what is one unique room or feature that you would have? Gregory Pleasant.
I would have a dream house on a cliff by the ocean with a room at the very top that is entirely encompassed in glass, where I could see in every direction how the ocean moves, how the fish swim, how the clouds move in and out, with a telescope there that could help me see on the horizon in case ships are on their way toward my house. I would also been able to see the storm fronts coming through. I could see the raindrops coming down. I could listen to the birds, the seagulls. I could hear all the ocean waves that would be so relaxing and so comfortable and so healthy for someone who was in a relaxed mode. So again, my room will be at the top of the house, where again, it will be encompassed in glass completely. Just think about it, sitting on the edge of a cliff. If you were approaching in a ship, you could see that room from a distance because I would have chandeliers in that room. I would have lighting. It would almost look like a lighthouse. That's how my room would look. And of course, I would have a place for everyone to relax, sit down, very comfortable couches. So if it was for me, I would certainly have that room at the top of the house overlooking the ocean. Thank you, Toastmaster.
May we have 1 minute of silence while the judges mark their ballots. Do Master, please let our next contestant into the room. Contestant, give me a thumbs up that you can see the timing signal. Timing keepers, could you please cycle your timing signal now? Contestant number 3, please acknowledge that you are unmuted with a good evening contest chair.
Good evening, contest chair.
Thank you. Benita Altamirano Ruizgraf, if you could buy or build your dream house, what is one unique room or feature you would have? If you could buy or build your dream house, what is one unique room or feature you would have? Benita Altamirano Ruizgraf.
Have you ever had a dream? A dream that took you to far off places and then brought you right back to where you belong? A dream that fulfills your heart and makes you want to be alive. It makes you want to smell roses, and it makes you want to eat delicious food and drink marvelous margaritas. If I could build a house and add a room, I would add a dream room. A room that was quiet, that had space, that had books to take you to far off places, and then had a garden, probably an indoor garden, because I would want that room to have windows all around. So whether it is summer and hot outside or whether it is winter and freezing, you could still be in comfort. And you can smell fragrances like herbs of rosemary and thyme, and you can pick off of fruit vines. My room would be an adventure, so much more than I could possibly imagine, because that is a dream of mine constantly that I think of in my house. And in my wild and chaotic life that I live, sometimes A clean room is the best that I can manage. And in a clean room, I can close my eyes and I can go off to those far off places and I can dream wild dreams and I can live my life completely and fully and I can read books to my children in a cozy chair. So there is a part of me that is living in my dream room. But if I could build the most amazing dream room, it would include all of those things for somewhere safe, somewhere warm and cozy, and somewhere I would call home, Madam Contest Chair.
May we have 1 minute of silence while the judges mark their ballots. Toastmasters, please let our next contestant into the room. Contestant, can you please ensure that you can see the timing signal by giving me a thumbs up? Timekeepers, will you please cycle your timing signal now? Contestant, can you let me know if you can see that timing signal by giving me a thumbs up, please?
Yes, I can see the timing signal.
Thank you. And as you have acknowledged, you are unmuted, we will proceed. Tony Baez, if you could buy or build your dream house, what is one unique room or feature you would have? If you could buy or build your dream house, what is one unique room or feature that you would have? Tony Baez.
If I could build or buy my dream house, what is one room that I will have, one feature that I will have? I will definitely have one room that I would be able to call my cave. Caves are very important, and they are important because you need that time for yourself. You need time to relax. You need time to meditate, to contemplate. You need time to practice your speeches, to practice whatever you're doing. And at the same time, you need that time for yourself, and that cave will allow you to watch TV, will allow you to watch all the football games. I can imagine all my games there, watching them on TV. And I can imagine also looking at all the different channels for different sports that we have, or different talks from motivational speakers. And one of the things definitely that I will do, because my wife soon will come in and try to grab me away, and she'll say, Antonio, let's get out of this room. And I will say, honey, I'm looking here at self-development programs. We are going to make a lot of money doing this. So leave me here a few minutes in my cave, and I promise you that I will take you to the movies and I will take you to lunch. If I have a house like that, my dream house will be included in my cave. Madame Contest Chair.
May we have 1 minute of silence while the judges mark their ballots. Dear Master, please let our next contestant into the room. Contestant, ensure you can see the timing signal by giving me a thumbs up. Timekeepers, will you please cycle your timing signal now? Fantastic. Contestant number 5, please acknowledge that you are unmuted with a good evening, contest chair.
Good evening, contest chair.
Thank you. Nancy Starr Cassidy, if you could buy or build your dream home, what is one unique room or feature you would have? If you could buy or build your dream home, what is one unique room or feature you would have? Nancy Starr Cassidy.
Thank you, Madam Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests. What dream room would I feature in a home if I could build my dream home with my dream room? I can tell you that room would be soundproof. It doesn't need to be big, it just needs to be soundproof. As I am approaching my retirement years, there are times where it's important for me to be able to reflect and be able to be surrounded by those I love. Am I going to do that if I'm in a room by myself? Well, of course, through pictures and videos. So the room would be large enough for a display where I can project all of my favorite memories, be surrounded by the sounds of laughter of grandchildren and wonderful memories with all of my family vacations, and be able to, of course, do a little Netflix binge watching. That would also have to be part of this dream room. It, of course, would have the most amazing and comfortable furniture, whether I decided to be seated and zooming, whether I decide to recline and just read a book. There would actually be no windows and no sound from the outside, where I could create my own light and sensations to match my mood. And of course, there'd be a lock on the door with a code that my husband does not have. I do adore the man, and he can have his own dream room, but mine would require that serenity and that peace, surrounded by memories and joyful moments with my family. And that would be my dream room in my dream home. Madam Contest Chair.
May we have 1 minute of silence while the judges mark their ballots. Zoom Master, please let our next contestant into the room. Contestant, ensure that you can see the timing signal and give me a thumbs up. Timekeepers, could you please cycle your timing signal now? Can you see our timing signal?
Hello?
Hi, can you see our timing signal?
No, I cannot.
Do you have a way to view the timing signal? It is pinned on the screen.
Let me see. I see it.
Fantastic. And I know that you're unmuted, so I'll go straight into the question. Barbara Schumacher, if you could buy or build your dream house, what is one unique room or feature you would have? If you could buy or build your dream house, what is one unique room or feature you would have? Barbara Schumacher.
Thank you, Madam Contest Chair, for a delightful invitation to dream. How wonderful is that? When you say a unique feature, I'm not entirely sure that it is unique to everyone in our audience, but it would certainly be unique to me. You see, I love flowers, and I like to try to grow my own vegetables from time to time. Not every vegetable in the grocery store, of course, but a few things. And every time I try, it doesn't amount to a pot of beans or a hill of beans in a garden anywhere. So if I could, I would knock down a wall and build a great big extension that would become a greenhouse. Now, the problem with that is that while I probably could successfully grow beautiful flowers and maybe some vegetables there, I am a Toastmaster and I wouldn't take care of my flowers and they would all be victims, not actual beautiful flowers. Because that's exactly what's happening to me right now in Payson. I plant flowers out in the yard and they come up and they're doing so great. I'm so happy and I water them every day until I don't. And then, oh, they die because I'm doing Toastmastering things and not paying attention to my flowers. But that is still a dream. And I would definitely have a greenhouse attached to the house that I could just open a door and walk in it without ever having to go outside at all. So even in the winter time when there's snow on the ground and snow on the roof of the greenhouse, I would be able to go in there and take care of my beautiful plants. Madam Contest Chair.
Here we have 1 minute of silence while the judges mark their ballots. Zoom Master, please let our next contestant into the room. Contestant, Ensure you can see the timing signal by a thumbs up. Timing keepers, can you please cycle your timing signal now? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can see the timing signal? Wonderful. And contestant number 7, please acknowledge you are unmuted with a good evening contest chair.
Good evening, contest chair.
Thank you. Stephen Gomez, if you could buy or build your dream house, what is one unique room or feature you would have? If you could buy or build your dream house, what is one unique room or feature that you would have? Stephen Gomez.
Thank you so much for that question, Madam Contest Chair. As a dreamer and as a background in architect myself, I've had lots of time to think about the huge rooms, the huge houses, the beautiful pool in the backyard, the cabana to relax and hang out. But when we really think about it and dig deep, what is most important to our lives? It's family. It's a common thread from one person to the next. It always boils back to family. So what brings your family together and to be a close-knit family is activities that you can do together. So that's what I would focus on. I would focus on the late night Monopoly games that we play together and the other activities, like my daughter loves to draw and my wife loves to play cards. So a room full of activities where we can bring these together and we can enjoy each other's company. You know what? That just might be a big room with nothing on it but couches and pillows, but there's a purpose for it. There's a purpose that brings us together. And that is what everybody needs in life. They don't need a big house. They don't need fancy this or fancy that or expensive this or expensive that. They need a life of purpose. And typically family brings our purpose. So that's why I would build a room surrounded around my purpose, family. Thank you so much for that question, Madam Contest Chair, and all contestants. I'm so humbled to be here. Thank you, and back to you.
Everyone, please remain silent while the judges are moved to the breakout rooms to complete their ballots. Ballot counters and judges, please rejoin the breakout room and wait for the chief judge to join you. Zoom Master, would you please confirm when all ballot counters and judges are in that breakout room?
Madam Contest Chair, all of the judges and all of the ballot counters have been moved into the breakout rooms.
Thank you. Well, this is my favorite part of the evening. Let's get to know the contestants. Contestants, I will interview you in the order in which you spoke. First up, we have Alec Robbins.
Hello, Madam Contest Chair.
Hello, Alec. First, tell me, how long have you been in Toastmasters?
I have been in Toastmasters for 6 going on 7 years and just walked across that stage for my distinguished Toastmaster.
Congratulations, Alec. And what club are you representing?
I am here representing a new virtual club to District 3 as of last year called Melon Toastmasters, which is an online only club that's a spin-off of Melrose Toastmasters.
Can you tell me where you live? Because your farm was a little different.
It was. The city name sounded familiar, I bet. But maybe the state didn't match what you were expecting, because I'm actually not from Arizona right now. I live in Oregon, but in Phoenix, Oregon. And I moved there from Phoenix, Arizona, funny enough.
What a small world. So how did you find an Arizona club?
I used to live here and I was very involved. I was an area director. During the pandemic, I was unfortunately let go from my company. I relocated actually from California at the time back out to Arizona. And my grandmother ended up passing away and my 87-year-old grandfather needed some help. So I uprooted my life, moved to Oregon on about 3 days notice and have been taking care of him ever since up there.
I'm very sorry to hear your loss, but what a lucky grandfather. to have you do that for him. Now, a little birdie chief judge told me that I'm kind of in control of this, and I don't know about you, but with table topics, we've had a lot of fun questions in this contest season, but what about the questions we haven't had? So I'm going to ask you one that we may have missed from all
Okay.
the contests.
All right.
So, Alec, what is something that you did as a child that your parents love to tell the story about?
Okay, so this probably isn't what you're all going to expect. But when I was a child, I loved alcohol. Don't assume anything. My parents had to literally lock it up in a cupboard by the time I was 5. When we had parties with family and friends, my dad would ask me to go get him a beer, and I'd run to the fridge and crack it open and take a swig before he could catch me, before he remembered what would happen. And I would get in a lot of trouble. And then when people would ask for me to go get them something and come back to them already open with a sip or two gone, I'd get in even more trouble. And then I definitely have had a few stories told about those days. And probably one of those things that is one of the big reasons why I probably don't drink that much today is because I got on my drinking out when I was 4. No, just kidding. But I definitely do not have the taste for alcohol like most people. And that's one of the things that my parents to this day will tell people, that they had a little 4 and 5-year-old taking swigs at the parties, even though they would chase me around trying to get it from me.
I did not expect you to go there. I will be honest, you had it correct there. Well, thank you so much, Alec. Please accept our appreciation for being a contestant today. A certificate of participation will be sent to you by email by our contest chair. Our second contestant, Gregory Pleasant. Gregory? Well, hello there, sir. How long? Oh, you are muted.
It's here. There you go. Is that better?
That is much better. Thank you so much.
Of course.
So, Gregory, how long have you been in Toastmasters?
Since 2010.
And what club are you representing today?
Firemouth Toastmasters.
Awesome. And what is your Toastmasters education level?
I'm at level 5 right now.
Oh, which path are you taking?
It is, I think, humor. That's what it is, humor.
Well, that's always a good one.
Uh-huh.
So I'm looking at your paperwork. Tell me what you do with the Air Force.
Well, I retired from the Air Force in 2005. I worked there as an equal opportunity director. We were processing discrimination, sexual harassment complaints. So I did that for 14 years. And in 2005, I started out as a community readiness consultant, which basically takes care of military folks before they go down range. And then we take care of them when they get back. Do finances, we do couples communication, we do personality assessments, you name it, we do it.
Oh, thank you so much for your service.
Sure.
As you can tell with Alec, we're going through questions that skipped this season. And this one actually fits you really well.
Uh-oh.
Because I noticed you also like fishing.
Oh.
And it's tell us about the fish that got away.
Oh my goodness. I mean, everyone has that story, right? About the one that got away. It's the biggest fish that they ever caught in their life. But guess what? It just got away somehow or another. But I believe it would be, I think what they would call that is a sturgeon. Now, sturgeon looks like a prehistoric fish. It has big teeth. It's got a real long snout, and they grow to be easy 6 feet long, and they're really thick. And so I'm fishing in Missouri with my son, and we have our lines out, and all of a sudden, my line just starts moving away from me in the stream, and then it snaps, and it just keeps going. In other words, the fish was so big, the tackle that I was using was not enough to hold it. So I know it had to be a big fish because we did see one of the fish actually surface, and they're really huge. So that's the fish that got away.
I told you it was the perfect question.
You're right.
Greg, thank you so much. And please accept our appreciation for being a contestant today. Your certificate of participation will be sent to you via email from our contest chair. Benita, you're up next. Hi, Benita. How long have you been in Toastmasters?
Hola, hola. This is my 14th, maybe going on 15th month in Toastmasters.
That is awesome. And what is your Toastmasters education level?
Level 4 in motivational speaking pathway.
Wonderful. So looking at your phone, tell me a little bit more about your entrepreneurship journey.
Where do I begin? I think as all entrepreneurs, we all have a multitude of backgrounds and interests and passions and hobbies. And for me, what happened is at school, in high school, I discovered that I loved quite a lot of different activities. So when I got to college, I continued that. And when I graduated from college, all of those activities died away quickly. So I decided to become an entrepreneur, because being an entrepreneur, you can add all of those things right back in. And I started as a realtor, and then I moved up to Oregon. So somebody else mentioned Oregon, so that's kind of fun, and became a personal assistant and did a multitude of businesses up there before I started my own when I had my first child. And being a mother of 4, and I have a background in nursing, I decided to go into the healthcare industry. So I coach and help families get what they need in their bodies every day, fruits and vegetables, simple as that.
Fantastic. And as Mama 5, I totally get having to have that time. Now, as you can see, we're asking table topic questions that we may have missed out on.
Do we have to abide by all the rules?
No, it's just a question. I'm curious what your answer would be. No timing needed. What is your Harry Potter house?
God, you want to know my Harry Potter story? Okay, so this is the best. I love winning things. Absolutely love winning things. And when the first Harry Potter movie came out, I was a huge fan already. I'd read all the books. And you had to call into the radio to see if you would win a Harry Potter trip experience to London. So I would call in every day to try to get through. And I finally got through one day, and you answer a Harry Potter trivia question. Imagine that, read all the books, knew them all. And you were entered into a drawing. And I was the fortunate one to be drawn to go to London with Coca-Cola, who sponsored the trip. And we got to be sorted by the actual sorting house hat when we got there. So it was this amazing experience. And they set up all of the set design for us. Our hotel was completely like Hogwarts. We had our own common rooms where we could go and eat as much M&Ms and soda pop as we wanted. And there was a ton of other people there from around the world. And me and my husband got sorted into Slytherin. So our cheer was win, win, Slytherin. So the whole week, that's all we did while playing Harry Potter style trivia games and touring around London. So.
Oh my gosh, that is a perfect question. I had no idea you liked Harry Potter. Well, Benita, thank you so much. And please accept our appreciation for being a contestant today. Your certificate of participation will be sent to you by email from our contest chair. Tony Valles. Do we have you up, Tony? Hello, Tony. Please tell us, how long have you been in Toastmasters?
I have been in Toastmasters. I guess next month will be 27 years.
Wow, that is impressive. And what is your Toastmasters education level?
I am a DTM, and I have a few levels there, 1, 2s, and a 1, 4, which is the humor. I'm getting into the 5th level.
Oh, congratulations. So tell us a little bit more about your hobbies.
About my what?
Hobbies.
Oh, my hobbies. I like to play golf. That's my main hobby. And I even have a very good story about it that I had in golf one time. I was playing terribly. I'm not a good golfer, but I had a 53 on the front nine. And then on the second nine, I had a birdie, which is 1 under par. Par is what you need to do to be at level. And then on the next hole, I hit the ball beautifully, and it went up in the air, landed on the green, and started going towards the hole. And I asked the ball, please, please, chiquitita, chiquitita, go in the hole, go in the hole. And it did. That was my first and only one hole in one.
Wow, that
But
is amazing.
till this day, I don't know how that ball understood my Spanish, because that ball was made in China.
Well, I can see why engaging humor is your path. Now, as you heard, we're looking at all the different questions that we have missed out in this wonderful season of Table Topics. And here is yours. Describe your 15 minutes of fame.
My 15th minute of fame. Well, it would have to be the year 2016. It was the district contest, the international speech contest. And that was my first time that I was in the district. So I went in there and I gave a speech, and I thought that I had done very bad. I didn't think I was going to be doing anything. But when they named the third place, I say, yeah, I don't think I got it. So they named the second place, and I was already lost. So I got the second place, and that was fantastic for me, because I had never been there, and it was I was a Toastmaster, but I wasn't practicing or competing or anything like that. So this is the first year that I really competed seriously. So getting a second place was a dream come true, and that was more than 15 minutes. It lasted for a lifetime.
What a wonderful memory. Well, Tony, thank you so much. And please accept our appreciation for being a contestant today. Your certificate of participation will be sent to you via email from our contest chair. Nancy, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing well, thank you.
And how long have you been in Toastmasters, Nancy?
I just celebrated my 34th year in Toastmasters.
Congratulations. And
Thank you.
what club are you representing?
I am representing Showtime Toastmasters.
Fantastic. And what is your Toastmasters education level?
I've done the DTM level a few times. I'm very close to number 6.
Congratulations, that is impressive. So looking here, we see you like to travel. Where is your next travel destination going to be?
We are leaving next month in a small RV that my husband purchased this last fall. And we're going to be spending most of our time on the Oregon coast, a bit of time in Washington, heading over to Montana and northern Idaho. And that takes us through the end of July, and then we'll just see where we feel like going from there. It's good to be retired.
That sounds like a lot of fun. And I believe you had some people who visit in Oregon already on tonight's call.
I did, Alec. I'm going to be looking him up.
Well, as you can tell, we are going through questions that we have missed out on because we do not want any regrets. And this is a doozy.
Okay, I'm ready.
Who are the 3 people that you want on your team if there was a zombie apocalypse?
Oh, Okay, I can already tell you because this is actually a topic of discussion at our family tables. My son has recently gotten into gun collecting. He actually builds his own weapons, and we go out and target shoot occasionally on weekends. And so he is my first choice because obviously we need that. The second choice will be my brother-in-law, who is the ultimate bartender and has amazing collection of adult beverages, which of course during a zombie apocalypse will be incredibly necessary. And then the third person that I'm going to bring along is another brother-in-law who is a mechanic extraordinaire, because we'll be in the RV with the adult beverages and the firearms, but we need to make sure that we don't break down, because otherwise that many people in a small RV is just asking for trouble. So we need the ability to keep moving. So those are the three people I'm bringing with me. Well, plus my husband, it's just assumed he's going to come on the zombie apocalypse.
I was just about to say it's going to be a not so little secret that you wouldn't be taking your husband in one of those people because you're being broadcast to the entire district. Well, Nancy Stack Cassidy, we thank you. Please accept our appreciation for being a contestant today. Your certificate of participation will be sent to you via email by our contest chair. Barbara.
Yes,
Hello. How long have you been in Toastmasters?
I've been a Toastmaster for a little over 21 years. I joined in 2001.
Fantastic. And which club are you representing today?
Tonight, I am representing Eye Openers in the Mesquite Division.
And what is your Toastmasters education level?
I have 3 DTMs, and I've completed 4 pathways in the last year.
Wonderful. Well, you know, it says here that you like to design jewelry and you also knit. What do you do with everything that you create?
I sell it. Yes, I like to make jewelry. I had a very, very bad accident when I was a young child because I was unsupervised and I got myself in a lot of trouble. And I didn't realize that a neighbor saw my fall, but she told my mother all about it. And when my father came home that weekend, I overheard my mother telling my father all about it. And the bottom line was I was not going to be unsupervised anymore. The second babysitter taught me how to make jewelry with seashells, mostly to keep me occupied rather than thinking about what had just happened. And when they weren't looking, I decided I would sell it. So I put some out on a blanket in front of my house, but nobody came by. So I put my things in a box and I walked up and down the street I lived on and I rang doorbells and sold everything I had. And that's how that all started, except I'd switched over to gemstones later on. And I just sell things that I wear, and I grew an international company out of it over the years.
Wow, that's fantastic. Sounds like you definitely had that entrepreneurial spirit from early on.
Yep.
As we said, we are going over table topics questions that we may have missed out on. Yours tonight is, would you rather experience the beginning of planet Earth or the end of planet Earth?
Ooh, that is a good question. I don't think I could choose, to be honest, because it's intriguing at the beginning and also at the end. But you know what else is intriguing is right now, this minute, and all the things that are taking place right now. I think to be at the beginning would be absolutely awesome because you have the hopes and dreams of all the prosperity it can realize. And the end would be beautiful to see all the things that you accomplish. But right now is always a precious moment.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Barbara. Please accept our appreciation for being a contestant today. Your certificate of participation will be sent to you by email by our contest chair.
Thank you.
Stephen. Hello, Stephen. Hi. So Stephen, how long have you been in Toastmasters?
Technically 2 years, but unfortunately, I kind of ghosted the first year and didn't take it serious. So last year, January 1st, that was my New Year's resolution. And this year, 2021, I took it serious and it showed and I got a lot better.
Awesome. I was about to ask, how do you technically be a Toastmaster for 2 years, but you already answered that.
Yeah.
And what is your Toastmasters education level?
Level 2.
Level 2. And which path are you taking?
Presentation.
Fantastic. And tonight, which club are you representing?
Platinum.
Platinum. Awesome. Okay, so this is curious. We see that you play pickleball.
Yeah.
What is pickleball?
So pickleball is a new old sport. So new because it's just getting popular. Go. And I heard you're a realtor too. So what? Anyways, pickleball is a new old sport. It's new because it's just getting really popular again, but it actually started up in Washington, I believe, in 1962. And it's just taking the world by storm right now. And it's so fun and exciting. It's like a mixture between tennis and ping pong, but you're like, it's like ping pong, but you're like playing on the table. It's so fun.
So how's a pickle involved?
It's not, man, I've heard a few different stories on why they call it pickleball, but the fun thing is if you beat somebody 11-0, a lot of people carry this little like stuffed pickle and you wave it at them to like make fun of them that you pickled them. 0-11 scratch is you pickled them. That's what it's called.
Okay.
It's fun. It's a sport that's inclusive. So like you go to like the courts and all ages are there. I mean, all ages, people who can barely walk to kids that are like 7, 8 years old. It's really a good experience.
Fantastic. Well, as we said, we're going over the questions that we may have missed this season. We don't want to leave them on the table. So your question tonight, if you could get away with one thing with no karma response, what would it be?
With no what?
No karma response.
Oh, what would I do if I could get away with thinking? Wow, I'm glad that wasn't the question. Let's see, what would I do? I would probably, I would sneak in to all the movies at the movie theater and you get to choose any movie I wanted without paying for it. I'm a big like documentary buff and like I like to watch like IMAX and like those are kind of expensive. So if I didn't have to pay for those, I'd be all over it.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you today, and a certificate of participation will be emailed to you from our contest manager. Zoom-master, are our judges returned from the contest? Oh, maybe I should ask you some more table topics questions to see what you would do. Let's see. Oh, Alec is back up. We had a lot of table topics questions this year because we were providing 5 questions for every single level and every single area. So we have a lot to choose from. Timers, if you're available, let's make this a little bit more fun and do another round of timing and actually see if we can pull off a minute. Oh, right there, Ryan's already on it. Alec Robbins. If you had to get rid of protein or vegetables, which would you choose? If you had to get rid of protein or vegetables, which would you choose? Alec Robbins.
The crunch that you feel in your mouth when you bite into a crisp apple is unlike anything else in the world. Madam Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests, if I had to get rid of protein or vegetables, I would get rid of vegetables because no one likes those. I personally would stick with protein. I would stick with protein because you know what we need as humans to live and get energy and thrive is protein. Whether you get that protein from vegetables actually, or from meat is up to you. So I would pick protein because actually you could get protein from vegetables as well as from meat. One of the things I love the most about protein is you can cook it and make it appetizing in so many different ways. You can have it in sushi. You can have it in salads. You could have it in beverages. Vodka doesn't count. You can have it in so many different ways, shapes, and forms that it's unimaginable. The sky's the limit on how you prepare your protein for your consumption. One of the most important things to remember when you are consuming protein is don't consume too much because you may stink out your partner. Madam Contest Chair.
Thank you so much, Alec. And I appreciate everyone playing along with me. We're having fun tonight. Gregory, hi. What is your dream method of transportation? Gregory, what is your dream method of transportation? Gregory Pleasant. Oh, muted. Oh. Let's unmute Gregory.
Madam Contest Chair, I've pressed the button to unmute him 3 times.
You know, I think this is the most common phrase that we have used in the last 2 years is you are on mute.
Madam Contest Chair, the contest manager is back and the judges are back in the room as well.
Oh, you got out scot-free, Gregory. Fantastic. Chief Judge, do we have the results of the contest?
Madam Contest Chair, the Chief Judge is still not back. However, the judges are in the room.
Okay, give me one moment. We'll take a brief break for 60 seconds because I see her running to me. Chief Judge, do we have the results of the contest?
Madam Contest Chair, we have the results of the contest.
Fantastic. For the winners of the Table Topic Speech Contest, the Chief has provided us the results. And the winner of 3rd place, drum roll please. 3rd place, Alec Robbins. Alec Robbins is our 3rd place winner. And the winner of our second place, can we have a drum roll, please? Stephen Gomez. Stephen Gomez is our second place winner. You need to be loud. You need to scream and yell because we have our first place winner. The winner of first place in District 3 Table Topics competition this year is Benita Alcomarina Risca. Benita, you are our first place winner. Congratulations. Congratulations, everyone. You were truly outstanding this evening, and we had a lot of fun hearing that impromptu speaking, which really is a benefit of being a Toastmaster. I will invite you all to come back and join us for the International Speech Contest tomorrow. Tongue-tied. We all get tongue-tied sometimes. And with that, this Table Topics speech contest is adjourned. Please show the agenda. Or end meeting, please. Thank you.